Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Prime Time Show, which is not your grandma's podcast
Yeah.
playlist. We're here with Dimitro Nevesh,
Yeah. I'm here.
and we're
Wait.
also here with David Manzanares. Hello.
Whoa. Hello, David.
Hello. How are things with you, Dimit?
Things have been going pretty good. We got cicadas out here, man. You don't got cicadas, but I got cicadas.
Yeah, here
And
cicadas are the big fad right now.
they're making alien noises. They're everywhere. They're crunchy, and I'm thinking about cooking them up and having a nice little snack.
So cicadas, is this like a, yearly thing or a every 17-year thing?
This is more of a every 17 year thing. From what I think in your like time zone, I know Chicago's getting it in like 2024. So,
Wait, so it's actually like an every 17-year thing and just like conveniently for you guys you're getting it now?
yes.
That's interesting. I thought it was like a yearly thing because I heard every 17 years, but I didn't actually believe it.
No, that's an actual thing. Like I don't get this every year, and so like, but the problem is like at first I was like excited for it because I was like, man, what was it like? Like last time I remember, I was a kid, right? Like I remember collecting them and having fun, but now that they're here, I realize this sucks.
Yeah,
Um. Anyway,
interesting.
fuck
So how long is
cicadas.
it gonna go on for?
I don't know. If I remember as a kid, I had like a really bad memory as a child because this was like, was I even in school? Um, I guess I wasn't. I just remember them being there for the whole summer, and my sister and I like collecting the dead bodies and shit.
Interesting.
It's
All
such a
right
dumb
then.
species.
Yeah. So what else is going on with you other than cicadas?
um, I don't know, man. I've been playing Mario Odyssey. I beat that really hard level, so that
Mm,
was cool. That was exciting.
nice.
How about you, man? How about you?
Nothing much. I've been hanging out, just doing nothing pretty much all day. I've been practicing a lot, to be honest. I know I haven't been doing nothing. I've been very busy practicing of some competition stuff coming up, so I've been getting ready for that. Today I'm gonna
Nice,
record
nice.
later, so that's going on.
Hey,
Anyways, yeah, so let's get on with it. So Morbid Stuff by PUP.
yeah, Morbid Stuff by PUP. What a I like that. All right, first off, I just want to say like the album, like the album name, perfectly describes what you're about to walk into.
Yeah,
It's quite literally morbid stuff,
yeah.
and it opens up with what I think is a great opener, morbid stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's really great. I really like the ending with the little lo-fi bit to it, but the album overall has a great punk feel, but this opener kind of really sets the tone for that feel.
Yeah, and I love the lyrics, like how aggressive the singer is. That's something that really drew me into Pup. Is like from what I read about the singer, like he strained his vocal cords and he was supposed to stop singing because it was unhealthy and he can't really sing in tune anymore. But instead, he decided to kind of make it his flavor. So it's really cool. And also, if you've ever, I've seen them live, he has a really high pitched voice. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of what's this guy's name? The singer from Dillinger's Escape Plan.
Oh,
It reminds
yeah.
me of a lot like him.
Yeah.
Because both of them have like a really nice, at least I think that the guy from Dillinger has a really nice singing voice, but it's like kind of speaking scream is just it's perfect.
Yeah. And I
And then the
really,
singer is Greg Puciato.
hey, you did your research. You did it.
Yeah.
I really like as well, like, whenever the singer, like, is screaming about getting high, I don't know why, but it just, like the part in verse 2 where he just goes, I was getting high in the van.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then he's like, Mom and Dad were smoking weed again.
Yeah.
It's
Um
humorous, it's.
yeah, it's a pretty like if you don't look some if you're trying to find like a super super deep album, you'll find it, but then also you won't, you know?
Yeah.
At
A-
times.
And then, so I think it's a good opener. And then it goes into Kids, which just has a nice guitar riff that, it's kind of strange. When you hear the guitar riff, you're like, oh, this is going to be kind of a more chill, laid back song.
Yeah.
And then it really isn't.
Yeah, I like the kind of spoken word bit at the beginning.
Yeah,
Again,
where
very like close. It reminds me a lot of Dillinger, and I love Dillinger, by the way. Dillinger
yeah,
Escape Plan is one of my favorite bands, so that's why I like this music a lot because of that.
yeah. I enjoyed these lyrics again with the idea of like he's been navigating his way through the mind-numbing reality of a godless existence. Kind of like gives this idea like, oh, my only thing that that I had going for me was God, but now I'm kind of, I don't believe in him, or like,
Uh-huh.
I'm an atheist, and it's basically like he's complaining and people are like sick of him complaining.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Um, yeah, no, I really like this song a lot. It was one of my, it wasn't one of my favorites, but I really, really liked it.
Yeah, and I like also the chorus about like he doesn't care about nothing but you. That's
Mm.
just, it's weird. It's weirdly sweet, which is strange.
Yeah.
Like the idea is all meaning has been erased except for this one person.
Oh, crap. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, hopefully that doesn't. Sorry for those wondering. I like was trying to play a song. I was trying to play one of the songs on my computer so I could hear it better, but I accidentally clicked on the listen onto your iPhone. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Kids I
Okay.
think is like, it's a decent song, and then the next song, this was the single that got me into pop that I was like, by the way, in case
Uh,
you're wondering what pop stands for, you probably are, right? You're
yeah.
like, why is it called pup? Is it about a puppy? And I can tell you, no. It's stands for pathetic use of potential.
I would have thought it would have been like poop your pants.
Poop your pants. You for your.
Anyways, yeah. Next we got Free at Last, which is one of my favorite songs. It has a little bit of a My Chemical Romance feel at times.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
No, I agree. Like when I showed it to my friend, like saying, "Oh, I'm really into this band," he's like, "This sounds like 30 Seconds to Mars," which I don't get as much, but I could see it.
I
Uh,
guess, yeah. It's kind of old school in a way as well, like very old school Misfits, Sex Pistols type punk feel as well.
yeah, and the chorus is great. Like
Yeah.
just because you're sad again, it doesn't make you special at all. It's
Yeah.
just, woo. And I
I
like the
agree.
part where he says like calling you up at 5 a.m. Have you been drinking? Well, of course I have.
Mm.
that's just, that's what I like about this album a lot. It has so many like one-liners that kind of make you just want to scream it out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, then we got See You at Your Funeral, which I, I think the melody on this one is great and so is the instrumentals, but then I also especially like kind of like what the lyrics are saying throughout.
The lyrics, this is where I think they're at their like peak dark comedy kind of feel.
Yeah.
Like what you were thinking when you saw me in the produce section buying organic foods, making healthy selections.
Yeah.
And it's so aggressive and in your face, and especially that like bridge that comes, and then that part where the kick is just there and the guitar is playing, and he says the darkest line ever.
Yeah.
And it's weird. I feel like this shouldn't be a line that hits you hard, but somehow it does.
Yeah.
Like it's so aggressive, and it's like almost like a really bitter, salty breakup of like not being over someone, but you are, and you hope they're just dead.
Jesus Christ.
it's, it's so
Um
dark.
yeah, and then we got Scorpion Hill, which I thought personally the beginning, the little acoustic at the beginning was kind of meh, but I like a lot where it went after that. I thought it
Yeah,
improved a lot throughout the song.
exactly. At the beginning, yeah, that's the problem that I have with Scorpion Hill. Usually, I listen to this album a lot. I sometimes skip it, sometimes don't. I just have to have the patience to get through the beginning,
Yeah.
and then once I do, I realize, oh right, this is a really good song. And I think this is like this half of the album is where you start getting like the beginning kind of makes you want to skip, but then you kind of get into it.
Yeah.
Um, and especially my favorite part of this song again, lyrically, because this is pop punk, and I gotta say another thing that I haven't talked about really is how great this pop punk feel is. How it's
hmm
aggressive but not too clean.
Yeah. I agree. It's not like too much.
Yeah, it's not like Blink 182, like where it's like clean guitar.
Yeah, I agree.
This
And
has
I think the the tongue in cheek lyrics as well aren't as like overwhelmingly tongue in cheek with like Blink 182 for example, where like they're talking about how, like fucking chicks and drinking smoking weed and and uh like drinking alcohol, whatever the heck Blink 182 talks about nowadays. I don't even remember. Now I think now they're just old and they're still talking about those same things.
that's their main problem. I feel like, all right, I'm hoping that Blink 182. Hopefully, we'll talk about them on the podcast eventually when they start
Mm,
releasing new stuff. And I hope
yeah.
they go down a route where we're like, oh, like but probably won't. It'll probably be a trash
Yeah, I mean after that last album, I
nine.
don't know. Yeah.
God, but the outro on here lyrically, she said, "I found the gun. It's buried beneath piles of clothes in the room where your son sleeps, and I can't pretend to know how this will end." That's just, I don't know. This song is just, uh, I keep forgetting like how smart these lyrics are without, it's edgy but without being overly edgy. Like it's not like Limp Bizkit, you know?
Yeah.
Like Limp Bizkit kind of like crosses the edge line where it becomes cheesy.
Yeah.
Well, this is like perfectly dark enough to like really affect you every time. Um then I guess after Scorpion Hill, this is one of the songs I'm not as crazy about.
Yeah, I agree. I thought this was a bit forgettable. It kind of starts melding into with the other songs.
Yeah. Like I Need Closer has some good parts in there, especially I like the chorus a lot. I feel like this is a missed potential song because the themes are pretty good. Like the idea of like a song about closure, that's a good idea, and the chorus kind of hits that. But
Mm,
I don't know. The lyrics just don't hit me as hard. There's no line that I like go like, oh right, it has this line in it. I just know
yeah.
it has I Need Closure, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And sadly with this song, going on to the next one, which I'm, just because these two are really met to me, Bloody Mary, Kate and Ashley. I don't like this one as much personally.
I thought I really liked this one. I thought this was
Oh,
a really good song. I thought the
oh,
intro was really, really like crazy, and I liked that a lot. And I liked where it ended up going right afterwards as well with the evil feel overall.
I guess it is quite evil, and it has that. For me, it just didn't do it as much.
Yeah.
Again, I remember the core. It's weird. I always remember these choruses, which is, props to their songwriting. But I don't know. This just didn't hit me as hard.
Yeah.
But I guess you probably like like some visions of hell. Satan send me in a signal. You're probably a fan.
um, not sure about that in particular, but sure. Uh, yeah. Then we got sibling rivalry, which I thought personally was another one of the meh forgettable ones.
What? Okay, this is where we change up on here. This is one of my favorite tracks, and I was really disappointed when I saw PUP and they didn't play this track. I was really sad because I love this riff. This riff is so fucking catchy to me, and
I thought the riff was pretty catchy, but overall, I thought it was there's certain moment of it where I was like, I don't know.
I like the chorus a lot.
Yeah, the chorus again is still good.
Especially like the second time where they like do that trade off, like back and forth, like where it's one guy singing, then it's a group of people
Yeah,
screaming.
yeah.
And especially when the second verse comes in where he goes like, "Holy shit, it's coming down!" Like, and it's a cute song about just like hanging out with your siblings and like getting into, um, like weird situations. Which I saw the music video for it, and like these are actual situations the band members have been on, like when they went on trips with their siblings, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah. Great. And then we got one of my favorite songs. I think this might be my favorite. Full Blown
Ooh,
Meltdown.
ooh, that bass riff at the beginning.
Yeah, the bass riff is really, really nice. And it sounds like a full blown meltdown. It sounds like insane.
Yeah, and it's such a, man, this stuff is so, this song is really good. Like just the breakdown, everything. They did play this live. I cannot tell you how crazy the mosh was.
Yeah. I think I think this song is the most Dillinger out of all of them. I wrote down like throughout the whole I wrote down my notes like the whole album sounds like Dillinger, but this one is like yes, this is kind of the hardcore post-punk type shit
Yeah.
that Dillinger makes, like
Al-
along with the morbid that
Also,
morbid stuff is trying to make.
yeah, not the breakdown. I like how he suddenly goes into like more spoken. And he says like, "And make no mistake, I know exactly what I'm doing,"
Yeah,
and how he's surprised that the world isn't sick of grown men whining like children. And
yeah,
that kind of like also gives an idea of like this whole album. Like it really is trying to play this character of like a whining, edgy kid, but for some reason it's like so much edgier than any whining like
hmm
lyrics I've ever read about. Like this is the and Pup has some other stuff that's like edgy. This is like man, Canada's really got that edge right now.
yeah,
like in one of their other albums they have this song called See You at Your no, if this tour doesn't kill you, I will. And
yeah.
the music video is just them murdering each other.
Oh, jeez.
And it's so funny how aggressive it is. Um yeah, I love Full Blown Meltdown.
Yeah,
And
and then we got bare hands.
I like this song personally. I'm a fan. I
I
used to
liked it
not like
too.
this.
I liked it. I liked it too. I thought they could have even ended on this, and it would have been good.
Yeah, they could have. It does like have that aggressive hitting like hard, and it feels like fuck, this is like a perfect way to end. But
Yeah,
then they
because it's
didn't.
very grandiose, very grandiose.
But then instead they kind of went with City, which is and I've seen that people who have reviewed this album, people that have talked about it, they're like 50-50 on it. Either they like it or they don't. Um I'm personally on the side that I like it mainly because of the outro and the build up. I
Yeah,
like builds
I
up.
yeah, I thought it was meh in the beginning. I thought like the clean vocals that he was trying to go for, I feel like he didn't execute them as well as he could have.
Yeah.
But I did think that where it led to was really, really nice. And if they kind of changed that beginning a little bit to make it make more sense, then I would have liked the song a lot more.
I feel like if they did something that they did like with Scorpion Hill,
Mm.
because that intro's really not that long at the beginning. It really isn't.
Yeah,
And if they did that and like made the song, it could have been like a banger of a song. I still enjoy it because I really like that ending.
yeah,
I but yeah, this album is just so dark, and it has me excited for pop punk specifically because like most pop punk bands that you can think of aren't really doing a good job right now.
yeah. No,
like
they're not really.
like Green Day, ah. We've talked about Blink. I'm trying to think of any other pop punk bands that are like I don't know. All the other ones just are
They
like
kind of just fizzled out.
yeah. You can think of like Panic at the Disco, but that's like
That they're like not pop punk anymore. They've
no
like maneuvered to like, or he, I should say, because it's just
yeah
Brendan Urie. He maneuvered like just
pop.
punk or pop. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, he ditched the punk, and then Fall Out Boy I guess would be one that counts, but I
I
was
think
never.
I feel like they transitioned over as well.
They're still finding their sound. I appreciate that they're looking for something, but it's clearly like not entirely working at the moment. They're like struggling, but this is one of the few bands like I can like like listen to and say this is pop punk. This is the trajectory it should have gone. Um, but yeah, now I'd like to know, David, as
Mm.
a first time listener of this band, PUP, fi- score rating.
Um, I think I'll have to give this one an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I understand. I'm more of a 8.5er on this one because, I think this is a really solid album and a really great pop punk album. But also, it's like, it's not, at the same time, it's not something that's like mind blowingly new, genre defining. It's just a really solid pop punk album. And it has some issues, I'll admit, but very minor ones where it's at a very solid state. And I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Pop releases a new album again soon,
Hmm.
very soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I thought this was a good album. I almost gave it a 7, but I feel like overall I think it was an 8.
yeah, because you then realize like these tracks are really well written,
Yeah.
and I hope they continue, and I hope I can see them again live. I'm telling you, the mosh pit was insane.
All right, sounds good. Then we got 21 Pilots.
Oh boy, oh boy. So you want to start off?
Sure. I didn't think. Are we gonna talk about this as a whole, or are we gonna do song by song?
How do you want to do this? I mean,
Because I have notes for all of them, but to be honest, they all kind of mesh together into just bad. They're only like for me. Okay, overall, I think this album was not good, but I
yes.
thought that there were two songs on there that I could
Oh,
like.
I had about two to three. It's three if I'm in a good mood.
I had
I,
two. What
I'm
were
curious. All right,
yours?
all right. So my first one, this might surprise you, was "Good Day." I
Okay,
like "Good Day."
Good Days on my list too.
Yes, yes. We,
I
woo.
thought I thought Good Day was a good song as well. When it started off, I was like, "This is pretty good. This might be a good album." Like I knew there were some bad tracks on here, but just shuffle out the bad, maybe give it a 6, and then like, wham bam, thinking, "Man, Mum's your uncle," you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then, yeah, and that makes me. "Good Day" feels like where 21 Pilots should have headed towards. Like
Yeah,
that piano was nice. The lyrics were, I had to go back and read them, and I was like, oh fuck.
yeah. If they had done something like that, though, the whole album would have been a very much better album. I feel like they had done, and to be honest, if they had done anything different, they would have been a much better album. But yeah, what was your other? My other one was The Outside.
Okay, no, that was not my. I thought that one was meh in my opinion. The one I more preferred was "Redecorate." I thought it was a pretty good closer,
I
personally.
didn't think that one was as good. I thought that was kind of a bad ender, and then like the rap at the end was pretty bad.
I that's true. I just like that it had a different feel to it, but "The Outside" isn't a bad track, and
I thought the outside was one of the better ones. Good Day was one of the best. I think out of all of them, the Good Day was the
"Good Day"
best one.
wins. That's
The
like a
outside was like for me second best, and then everything else it just kind of falls under the same thing.
for me. If I'm on a good day, I enjoy "No Chances," but not all the time. Like the final two were the ones. Maybe it was just fatigue from listening to such bad tracks.
Yeah.
uh,
At first, I thought that one could have been cool. Wait, hold up. What was the name of that song you just said? The
"No
second to last one?
Chances."
No Chances. I thought that one could have been cool, but then like the kind of choir-esque thing came in, and then the rapping started, and then it just became cringe.
I guess it depends how you look at it. For me, like sometimes it's cringe, sometimes it's not. Depends what That's why I said there are two to three songs I like. Depends
Yeah.
if I'm in a good mood. Redecorate is still. Um, I just maybe I was just happy that the album ended.
Yeah. What was the
uh,
worst song?
so that's what I've been. At first, I thought it was Saturday. I was like intent on that, but then I listened to Bounce Man, and I think that
Oh
is.
my gosh. I was just about to say Bounce Man. In my
it's
notes, I have Bounce Man. Makes no sense. I don't understand what they're trying to do.
it's so bad.
It like I don't like get it.
It's everything about like it just starts. They go, "You better bounce, 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 bounce," and I was like, "No."
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. Yeah, no. I couldn't like listen to a lot of the tracks like all the way in one sitting. I had to like okay, just stop, pause, give myself a breather and then go back.
The Bounce Man was one of the worst. And that was around where it started. I think Choker and Shyway aren't awful, awful.
No. I think Shy Away is pretty fun, nice track. I think the like some of these songs off this album, sorry, the
Yeah,
21 Pilots fans are gonna like. I
yeah,
think most of the songs off this album, the 21 Pilot fans are gonna like, but overall, I don't think that most of the songs are good. Shy Away was decent,
yeah.
like Good Day was good.
I
The
guess
Outside was decent.
the
Everything
outside
else
has some
bad.
good lyrical ideas, but I think once it got to Saturday is where it became complete shit. Like,
Yeah, it couldn't get any better.
like first off, like you name a song Saturday, you know what to expect.
Yeah.
And this was a single. I remember listening to it and I was like, I saw the title. I was like, oh no, what is this?
I mean, bro, they copied Rebecca Black's hit single after Friday, Saturday.
There's a weird part in Saturday where it's like, I want to watch Friends with you. Like he's like talking to his wife.
Sorry, I
It's not.
sneezed.
Yeah,
But we're saying,
yeah. He like talks about he wants to watch Friends with his wife instead of working more. And wife's like, if you're inspired, you should be inspired. And apparently, this is what he was writing. I'm like, really? You, you
this is
skip
what you do.
spending, you skip spending time with your wife to write this shit.
Yeah, no. Overall, bad album, bad
um,
everything. I'm looking at there was a song on here that sounded like it wanted to be an Elton John song, and there was like a bunch of ad libs in there that were pretty trash. But I don't remember which one it is.
was it Mulberry Street maybe?
Yes, it was Mulberry Street. It was
Yeah,
Mulberry Street. It sounded like it really wanted to be Elton John, but it wasn't gonna work.
this album's just it, and it's disappointing. Again, I really like the color scheme. I like the theatrics they were going for, but man, that's why this really disappointed me. And I looked at the 21 Pilots subreddit, and obviously those people are just gonna like suck their dicks and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, 21 Pilots. But like even then, there's some people thinking maybe this a grower. Maybe I need to keep listening to
Maybe I
this.
need to
Like,
sit on this for a little bit. It's not that good right now, but give it a second.
they're like, maybe I'll like this eventually. I'm like, no, accept that this is a bad album.
Yeah, didn't you say that this album was supposed to be bad or something like that?
It's weird. I was like reading fans and they're like, don't you see this is a propaganda album? It's gotta be bad. And I'm like, no. I don't
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't dig the stuff where like, you go like, don't you see? It's bad. Cause like, there's some ideas here that they're trying to do legitimately, like Good Day. It seems like they put in the work for this, but it's just not good.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why my rating I I've been debating throughout the week what to rate this, and I think I gotta do.
All right, here, I'll say mine. How about that?
Yeah,
I
say
give it
yours.
I give it a 2 out of 10.
Okay, yeah, I agree with the two. I was thinking two or three, but I think 2 out of 10 is much better
No,
considering like
because there's no songs that like there's one song that I really liked off this album, and
yeah,
everything the two maybe. Like I said, The Outside was the only other one that I like really enjoyed, but like
yeah,
even that one I'm not gonna go back to. I might go back to Good Day, but everything else like and maybe Shy Away, but everything else I'm not gonna go back to. It's not
yeah,
something like I would seek out.
yeah. These aren't that, and it's so disappointing. It's really such a disappointment. I'm not a big 21 Pilots fan or a hater, but I was expecting more. I was expecting something because Trench was a pretty good record. I was thinking, okay, they're gonna show us something really cool and new, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So
All right. So that's
that shit
that.
was lame.
Then we got Olivia
Olivia.
Rodrigo, Sour.
Ooh. I want to first off say that this is a pleasantly surprising
It
album, at
is.
least for me.
I agree. I concur. I was not expecting it to be this, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, like better than I expected. I was expecting to find a couple songs on here that I like because I think she has potential, but I wasn't expecting this many good songs. Like
Yeah,
as
no, I thought that one thing I didn't like was that a lot of the album kind of sounded the same, and then also it kind of had a lot of cliches to it in terms of vocal performances. I
mm,
felt like she sounded like every other pop singer in her genre of pop now, but there are certain songs where I'm like, oh damn,
yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah, like it's very much a juvenile record, right? Like you can
Yeah, I
tell
agree.
this is her first one, but it's I gotta say it's a strong splash, like
Yeah, it's a
compared to
strong
most.
one. Yeah. So starting off with like the first one, uh, I really liked the first song.
Brutal was
Yeah, I thought that the intro was the strings at the beginning was a little odd. I didn't. I think if she took that out and maybe put something else or just took it out, it would have made the song a little better. But I thought it was an interesting beginning, very punk, uh,
yeah.
a very Avril Lavigne as well.
Yeah, I would put Brutal more as like I kind of listened to it and I was like, okay, this reminds me of like garage rock, like the garage punk, like it's raw, it's in your face, and man, these lyrics are like, obviously it's very here's where I go with the edge thing. You can tell when somebody's young and somebody's older. These lyrics all kind of like make you giggle cuz you're like this is funny edgy cuz it's all about a breakup. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But it is a very strong. I like Brutal a lot. My one
Me too.
issue with it, my gripe, I do think I kind of wish it was a bit longer,
Yeah, it's
personally.
a bit short. I felt the same way. It's a bit short. If they, I'm telling you, if they took out the beginning and put something else, or like just made it the track a little longer, it would have been so much better.
Yeah. And then, you go from this to Trader, which I didn't really fucking care about.
No, it's very basic. I mean, her voice, I in all these songs, her voice is very nice. It's very emotional. Like she's putting the like a pretty good vocal performance into this, but it's just kind of meh. I found like again, this is another this when I heard this, it kind of connected like Taylor Swift to me for some reason.
Mm. It does have a Swiftian writing style, but
Yeah,
I think the problem with Trader is that it's in between Driver's License and Brutal, and I
yeah.
like Driver's License personally. I do. I've decided. I've been listening to it more and more, and it's because of the bridge. Honestly,
Mm.
the
I thought
bridge
Driver
makes it.
License was pretty meh. I think it's a pretty good song, but it's not something I'd listen to that very often. Like I said, her
Okay.
vocal performance is really good. Like she's putting the work into it, but it's just not my song. But I think it was good.
Then I'm thinking one step forward, three steps.
Back,
Yeah, I think it has a good. Was it a chorus that it was? The it's always. I
I
think
have
it
no
has a
clue.
decent hook to it, but it wasn't. Isn't it just piano and vocals the whole time?
Let's see. Um, um, um. Yes,
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what made it. The instrumentation is a bit. You can do
boring.
like a ballad like that, but you kind of need to put it in a right space. And I
Yeah,
feel like it didn't warrant that type of intimate moment yet. Like
yeah. I
the
also felt
track,
like this song kind of sounded the same, like the
yeah,
last song, like Driver's License, but like.
but not as good.
Yeah, it's just not as good driver's license.
I've The track listing is really weird on this, and apparently this was originally supposed to be an EP, but Driver's License did so well that they decided, okay, album time.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it starts to kind of show that there's some fillers in here made, and which
Yeah,
is a
they just it
shame.
seemed like they just kind of rushed it. If they'd made I'm telling you, if they made like this into an EP and gave like let's say they took the best track like Brutal, Driver's License, Deja Vu, and maybe some
Yes.
of the ones like towards the end,
Yeah.
there's been a great EP. But I think
Yeah.
they really rushed this album and some of this it wasn't just isn't prepared.
Yeah. I do love Deja Vu a
Deja
lot.
Vu is pretty good. I listened to it and I kind of again I was like, okay, this is a good song. I like this one
And
a lot. I think I like
keep
this one more than Driver's License, which I
yes.
think more people like a little more Driver's License than Deja Vu.
I think it depends like what kind of I just love those synthesizers. They're so
Yeah,
fucking tasty. And she does the layering thing that she does very good with her voice. Deja
yeah.
Vu is my I said when it came out that this was a very good song, and I still stand by it. I stand by it. I like Deja Vu.
It's a good
Um,
song. It's a good song.
then we got our more Paramore-esque song next.
Good for you.
Yeah,
I I thought of this a little more like I see the Paramore. I also thought of it like Billie Eilish a little bit.
for me it was more Paramore because it sounds like what I realized when I started listening to it more, it kind of sounds like the Paramore song. What's it called? Fuck. What's the big Paramore song called?
I'm not sure. I think I know what you're talking about because I have the
The one
music video
oh Misery
in
Business.
Mystery Business. There you go. I have the music video in my brain, but I just couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah, and I started listening to it, and I was like, "Oh, this does sound a lot like it." Like once I like put that connection in my brain,
Yeah,
I was like,
it's a
"But
little
it's
too
still,
close.
yeah." When you start thinking about it more and more, you're like, "Huh." But it's still a pretty good song. Like
Yeah, it's
I,
pretty
I,
good.
I like Misery Business, so I'm gonna like Good for You clearly because
Yeah.
it's the same thing. um, I don't remember Enough for You that much. I'm seeing it's next.
Enough for you. I thought it was nice. It was pretty low key. Like, it's very slow, nice change of pace, but yeah, it's up there. I mean, it's down there with like one step forward, three steps back and
Yeah,
Trader.
Happier. I like that lyrically.
I
I
like
remember.
Happier a lot. I like the transitions in it. I like kind of like the older feel in the build up, which I thought the build ups throughout the song could have been a little more extravagant because it kind of like went
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, yeah.
It
Like a
kind of just kept building, and then it'd get there, but it'd stay there for such a short time and start building again. I'm like, oh, we got there already.
yeah. Though
Though it
it
is,
it isn't it's such a mature track in my opinion out of all of
yeah.
them. Like it's kind of accepting that she's being selfish and that she shouldn't be this upset. I don't know, this really shows like a song that's about growth that I really appreciate. Like
Sorry
I
about my
think this
dogs.
yeah. I I really like this cuz at least she's like, finally um understanding what it means to be, breaking up with someone. And one of my little sister's friends, apparently she got the wrong message from this album. I'm not going to name her, but my little sister was telling me like that her idea was like, I know who Olivia dated, and so now we must hate this actor completely. This
Oh
actor
God,
sucks. Like, and I don't think that's the message that Olivia's
yeah,
trying to give through this, especially with Happier. If you listen to that, it's kind of like her own struggles through being like the album's called Sour. You don't want to be sour. It's kind of something you are.
yeah. All right, then we got Jealousy, Jealousy, which I liked a lot. Not sure
Yeah,
about you.
that was a nice track. It had a good beat to it, and it reminds me of Foster the People a lot.
Yeah. I thought the groove was really nice. Like the harmony, the bass line was in the beginning was super super clean, and like Olivia Rodrigo does her harmonies really really nicely on this track, just like the other tracks.
Yeah, and again, it's another like this whole album is literally about her breakup.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
I like these more final tracks because it's kind of going from a more mature state, which so it's weird. Track listing wise, instrumentally, there's some things that kind of seem off where they have like weird contrasts to each other, just don't seem in place. But when I think about lyrical themes going through it, it makes sense. There's a growth to it.
Yeah,
Um, favorite crimeism. That's a
sounds a bit boring.
yeah, and it's a weird one. I I don't get it. Is what I can say. Let's see what Genius says. Tell me. She just implies that she is responsible for her heartbreak because she let herself be treated badly in the relationship. Okay. Um, I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know. I thought lyrically it was fine. Just another song off the album
Yeah.
as it is. But I thought it was a bit boring. It sounded like the other songs. And again, I felt like this one was another one of the ones that was like
Yeah.
pushed out a
It's
bit too soon.
and then after that you get Hope You're Okay.
Yeah, which I thought was like kind of a boring ender for a song for an album. I thought it could have ended a little better.
Really? You thought this was a boring? Okay, I have a different opinion cuz I think around like 2 minutes it really shows that it's an ender. Like that huge grand ending with the chorus and all the voices.
Yeah. I guess that part of the album, other than the song, I really liked, but everything else, I just, it kind of sounded like the rest of the album.
Okay, I can understand if you're not a fan of Hope You're Okay.
Yeah, and again, it's like 1 minute and 30 seconds of like, ooh, this sounds really good, and then like, or 2 minutes of like, oh, what's coming? I'm just kind of sitting here, and then 1 minute and 30 seconds of, ooh, this sounds really good.
yeah, it's a what a weird song, but
But yeah,
yeah,
overall, pretty decent first album.
it's not bad.
Kind of like seems like we're shitting on it at times, but I thought it was pretty decent. I give it 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say 6. Like it was enjoyable. It was still a journey, and it's something that has me looking at her like career like
Yeah, it's above
hmm
average, I'd say.
yeah. She's not gonna hit up really high album the first time. That's a really hard thing to do, especially at her age. But her, this shows a lot of promise.
And
And
especially at like having like the like you said the album kind of pushed out last minute.
yeah, just kind of like the producers are like, no, we need to make it an album. And that probably, I'm curious to know if that was her decision or entirely like, I want to know the process behind that to see like, who chose to do this.
Yeah,
But yeah, what a good album.
good album. You're great. Next, or I shouldn't say next, but finally, we got Black
Bl-
Midi.
Black Midi. That's correct. We're talking about Black Midi.
So the final single before they release their album, we're recording this on May 24th. Their album comes out May 28th, which is probably one of my most anticipated albums of the year. I have it on I've kind of preemptively put it on my top albums of the year. I have like all these other albums that I really liked, which we'll probably talk about at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Um, but I have this one listed as probably Black Midi.
it, it,
Because
it's
I feel like it's very likely that Black Midi is gonna end up being one of my favorite track or favorite albums of the year, but because every single track that they released so far has been a banger to say the least.
and like weird genre defining type of music, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
One thing I am sad about is that I was looking at the tracks listing and they're not adding Despair to the album.
Really?
Yeah, which was to be honest, I was listening to Despair a lot, and I like John L a lot or John 50. Sorry, I think we're saying it wrong before. It's John
Oh
50, not
man.
John L. But
Yeah.
I was listening to John 50 and Despair a lot, and I'm starting to kind of like Despair a little more. I feel like John 50 is great for what it is, and I love it
Yeah.
a lot. But Despair is such a good track as well.
Man.
Um, but it just
Sl-
from what I was looking at the track listing, they're not adding it on there.
yeah. Slow Loud was a really good track, and then this was a really what a. All right, I'm gonna try to. Do you
You're gonna
want to
try
try
to
to say this name?
I can once I pull up the name. Oh, uh, Chondromalacia patella.
Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. So Chondromalacia Patella. Okay, that sounds right. I hope.
Yeah,
But what a good track. What a good way to like, just tell us, hey, this is the last taste you're getting before the album. I
Jesus
hope you're
Christ, my
ready.
dog's freaking out. Keep going.
Yeah, but I'm really ready for this album. I'm suspecting a really high score from all the critics around in the music world. I'm expecting a 10 out of 10 album. Maybe that's like too early to say, but this has just been blowing my mind musically, stylistically, the lyrics and the voice. Just man, this is gonna be a great project to listen to. And
Yeah, I know for sure. And there's only like what nine or eight, sorry, eight songs off the album, with the last one being super long, 10 minutes. But yeah, all these I think so far we got Slow, John 50, Chondromalacia Patella, uh, and then the last song called Ascending Forth, which I'm interested to see what that's about. Then we also got
yeah,
Hogwash and Balderdash, which by the way, I think you can listen to some of these songs a bit early because
because
they had a
live
con
sessions,
yeah,
right?
they had a live session where they played some of the songs uh early. Which I haven't looked at too much. I didn't really want to not ruin, but I didn't want to like spoil some of these songs for me.
Yeah,
So I was just gonna wait until the album came out before I watched that. But from
yeah,
what I heard of like the little bits that I heard, it's gonna be good.
yeah. This is also at the time that we're starting to get a bit of pretentious elitists like saying, "Oh, the live versions were better." I've seen that around like on Instagram and shit on
Yeah.
like the really, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean they've been playing John 50 for a long time. I was seeing like some live session of theirs where like it was like in 2019 where they were playing John 50.
yeah, and like probably out of my like favorite records, like what's a bit disappointing, which I don't think we really, I don't remember if we talked about it last week, but I was we did Squid. Squid was like, I was expecting that to be like a great album, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't like so I like with the three kind of I guess post rock is a way to put
Whatever
it.
genre this
What
is.
is the way to put this genre now? but post hardcore. I don't know, but
Ooh,
with Black Country New Roads, Black Midi, Squid. Those three kind of are up there with being the kind of heavy hitters in this new genre that's being made. Squid kind of, I don't want to say they dropped the ball because they still had a lot of good tracks off the album, but I don't think they really did the best they could.
yeah.
Not probably not their own the fault. They, like I said, they have a lot of amazing tracks, but I think it was just the album was a little, what's the word I'm looking for?
Um,
Not reaching its high expectations,
yeah. I think it just had some filler or some stuff in there that just
or
or
just wasn't finished, or just wasn't like
and
as finished.
I think the problem was like how long they waited to release an album. They've released so many fucking EPs and singles
Yeah,
that, their hype was so fucking high, and
yeah.
if you delivered less than perfect, people were going to be disappointed.
Yeah, and then with Black Country New Roads, they kind of just dropped the album, and it was just like, oh god, this is really good. Which it had some, not some problems, but it had some things that like could have been a little better. But I'm thinking that I think that happened with Black Midi too. With their first album,
Yeah,
uh, it wasn't, it was a really good album, but I feel like they could have gone so much more.
like their full
Uh,
potential wasn't met yet. And same with Black
exactly.
Country. Like Black Country had a great album, but like we're going to see their potential eventually. I know we
Exactly.
are.
And I feel like Black Midi might be able to do that on this new album, Clavicade, which that's why I'm highly anticipating it. But anyways, um speaking about the new single, Chondromalacia Patella, uh I thought this was a great track. Obviously, as much as we've been like praising Black Midi, I think this is a really good track. With the kind of craziness that was going on throughout it, the nice soft vocals and all of a sudden the craziness in between and throughout and
Yeah.
the ending as well, which is insanity.
This is going to be a banger.
Yeah, this song was really good. Again, I mean, to be honest, it's kind of obvious. I'm gonna give this song a 5 out of 5.
No, yeah. For sure. I
Um,
agree as well. Like this is I'm just so excited.
I remember I think I gave Despair like a 4.8 or something like that. I'm gonna have to give
Yeah.
that a 5 out of 5. I think every single song that they've released is a 5 out of 5.
It's just a home hitter. The one thing I am still waiting for, I'd like to mention something that I think we kind of forgot about, but we need to keep pushing news on. Where the fuck is Silk Sonic?
Oh, I've been wanting to talk about that because every time I look onto like Silk Sonic's Instagram feed or anything like that, they're always
Yeah,
like, "Leave the door open is doing so well." Blah 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 blah. Bruh, you released that song so long ago. Give me a new song. I'm tired if you listen to this song already.
like it's such a good song. Like I won't lie, but like
It's starting to
so
get a bit annoying.
so here's my prediction right here. I have a prediction about this Silk Sonic shit. All right, so I think they've been waiting. I think the album's been done. I have a feeling that it's completely done. It's ready to release. But their label is probably waiting for like, okay, they need to go on tour on this, like as soon as this drops and keep the hype moving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think what they're going to do is, um, they're going to like see if they can do this awesome shit, like just drop the album and go on tour immediately. And COVID's been going on, but now that concerts are opening back up,
Yeah, with like Lollapalooza already having a dope lineup, by the way.
yeah. And speaking of concerts, if you want my opinion on, well, I think this is time. We're not COVID experts out here. We're not COVID experts. Let's make that clear. But I think we need as music connoisseurs, we got to talk about what are our opinions about concerts, festivals, and etc.
Um, uh, I don't know.
I've I have some thoughts. Festivals seem really dope, and obviously you can go there if you want. I would just be careful right now because, all right, in general, festivals are awesome, but also it's a breeding ground for diseases. You're gonna get a disease or something. You're
Yeah,
gonna get,
regardless, even if it wasn't COVID.
yeah. You like here's what I'm suspecting. I don't think we'll have a COVID outbreak there necessarily, but people haven't been in festivals for a long ass time, you're gonna catch something there.
Yeah. I'm also very much supportive of the idea of like you having to show your vaccination card before you're even
Mm,
allowed to get in or purchase tickets or anything like that.
I do like that. I am going to the Hella Mega Tour, which is apparently full front going. That should be interesting.
Hella
I bought
mega, what's that?
those tickets before COVID.
Oh
Me and my
damn.
family did. And then got moved. So the Hella Mega Tour, you might cringe at this a bit. It's Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that is apparently happening now. It's like I was checking because I was like, they're gonna cancel it and I'll have to wait another summer, but that's okay. But then I see like they're posting straight up like advertisements saying, "Oh, we're ready to play." Like, so it's fucking happening, which is kind of wild. Um, so I have tickets for that. It's in late August, so I think I should be fine. I'm hoping, but
Yeah.
I don't. That's like I'm in the bleachers. I'm not in the pit, so. But that kind of has me at a moment. I don't know if you have any tickets to any concerts or anything, David.
I do
But
not, but I am considering purchasing tickets to like Young Gravy. He's gonna be in
ooh,
DC at some point,
I,
and
I
I
I'm
think
thinking about
you,
it.
I think you and I were talking about considering going to see Young Gravy, in DC once that they come by in
Yeah,
February.
it depends how much the tickets are. But in February, I'm definitely okay with a small show. I might be okay with it earlier, depending how things go. Um,
Yeah,
I'm
I've been kind of holding off on buying tickets to anything, just kind of seeing where things go for right now.
yeah.
But I think the only one that I've really legitimately considered was Young Gravy, just for the meme.
I haven't seen anything else that would hit. If I had a band that I would instantly buy to see, so let's say Black Midi or Black Country came,
Oh,
I'm buying.
immediately,
I'm
immediately.
like, I'm not
Or
questioning
or
it.
or or or
All right.
Weezer did OK Human live.
Ooh, oh, like an orchestra
Yeah,
tour.
exactly. I
Oh,
would I would buy tickets to that immediately.
what I want Weezer to do a tour of OK Human with Pinkerton
That'd be pretty good.
orchestrating.
I think everyone's kind of asking for that. Yeah.
We are, and I think it's like Pinkerton's anniversary soon or something. I don't know, but if it is, Weezer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyways, cool. So that's that. Any shout
yeah.
outs?
Personally, I've been listening to. I've I don't think there's too many shout outs to do. Let me double check. You give me your shout outs while I check mine.
And to
I
be
have
quite frank with you, I don't have any shout outs. I did have one shout out, but I did forget as well what my shout out was. So I can't
oh
really
man,
help you there.
I have a document. I have a
Oh
document.
God.
I, I I do daily album recommendations where I listen. It's for my own use, so I listen to like an album a day, and so I see what I've been listening to. And I remember there's something really good I listened to lately. Um, I listened to Saint Vincent. How could I forget? Daddy's
Right.
Home.
That came out.
Um, I forgot. That is really really good. I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. I don't know if I talked about J. Cole last week. I think I did. I really like J. Cole. I've decided the off season is a pretty damn good album. Um,
Yeah, you
yeah,
like Mario and all?
you know, I put an M on your head. You Luigi brother now. um, yeah. And I've also been listening to Pusha T lately. I listened to Daytona finally, and I gotta say that's a pretty good record. So
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I personally just lately been listening to kind of older stuff, not old stuff, but like I've been listening to like Peggy's Veteran, JPEG Mafia's album Veteran, a
yeah.
little bit of Mario Judah, Bean and
Ooh.
Lean for the meme.
Oh yeah, whatever. Wasn't Mario Judah supposed to drop like an album? Like we were like
We're
expecting
anticipating Mario
something.
Judah,
Yeah.
yeah, but the real question is not who the fuck is Mario Judah, but where the fuck is Mario Judah?
N- that's true. Yeah, where the fuck is Mario Judah?
Exactly.
Did he just
Um,
disappear? Did he just like drop a bunch of songs and dip?
Oh, I do have a shout out. Now that I think about it, Lil Nas X dropped a song,
Oh,
a single that was pretty good. If you want my rating on it, I give it like a 4 out of 5, maybe. I thought it was pretty good. A nice,
Okay.
nice low key track. But he also performed on SNL, which is a really it
Yes.
was a pretty cool performance for both tracks. Very intimate, very for the sun goes down,
Didn't
and
he split his pants?
exactly. And the meme was the reason I'm bringing this up is the meme is that Lil Nas X split his pants, and that's the meme.
Yeah. What a meme.
No, but yeah, I thought the performance was really good overall. I thought Lil Nas X killed it as he does. But yeah, that's my one shout out.
Awesome.
Cool. So
Yeah.
now my album recommendation.
Yes, it's time.
Cool. So I've been thinking, I've been doing a lot of stuff that was made into 2010s. So I kind of want to do something from the early 2000s, something a little metal. I was stuck between two, and I can't decide what I want to do. So I'm gonna ask you, A or B.
All right. I'm gonna need the audience's power. I'm feeling the audience right now. I'm sensing them. Right. I'm calling their energy, and they're telling me that um they like the B side. They like the B side. They're telling me B.
B, you say.
Yeah.
Okay. And that means we're gonna be listening to "Toxicity" by System of a Down.
I chose right. Oh, I chose right. Oh, I'm so happy. All right,
Yeah,
I'm excited. Fuck,
we'll
it's
be,
been.
we'll be talking about System of a Down.
Do you know how long it's been since I've listened to System of a Down? It's been like a fat minute.
It's been a while. The last time I kind of really listened to them was
Oh,
when they
right.
dropped like a year ago, and then they kind of like
Disappeared.
disappeared again. Yeah,
Fucking System of a Down. All
yeah.
right, but I'm excited. We're gonna talk about toxicity. Um, th- this isn't the one with the meme song. No, it does have the meme song on it, doesn't
The
it?
Chop Suey.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one with Chop Suey.
I
I
mean,
couldn't
talk.
decide whether I wanted like to go full meme or like bring up the what is it like please steal this album
Oh
or
yeah.
one of the later ones or the but I thought this was their top one. It's a bit cliche to go with this one. It's definitely like the kind of beginner's guide to metal, but that's it's a classic. Might as well just talk about it.
And I hope our few viewers listen to this one because fuck, it's been a while, and I do like Steal this album. Personally, the one that I've usually listened to is usually Mesmerize. I really like that album,
Yeah.
but I'm excited for Toxicity. This is exciting me. Thank you for picking such a good album.
Yeah,
Thank you, David.
the other album I was gonna suggest was a good one too, but maybe we'll save that one for later.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to know what it is? It was.
Do, how about stop the recording and you tell me? We don't tell the audience here.
All right, all right. Well, anyways, we'll see. Oh, that's the end. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
All right, bye bye.